The 29mm beauty ring. And here it is. We've got the drop dead RDA sitting on top, but this one comes in two parts. The squonk bottle falls out like a cunt. Right, we're back up top with the angle. Right, what's up everybody? I have got a bit of a crappy signal tonight, so you'll have to bear with me. Our internet's been shocking all day, so excuse the poor picture quality and all of that. Hope everyone's had a very nice Christmas and a very happy New Year to you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. Right, let's get chat popped out because, as always, I'm a little bit disorganised. We were going to be on at 8 o'clock, but I forgot all about the Bitches of Eastwick do a Friday night 8 o'clock show. So we've delayed it until now. So here I am, and I hope you're all doing very well. So let's have a look at chat then. Right, pre-65 Vapor. It has crashed on me all night about 10 times. And I'm not going to adjust the lighting, the focus or anything, so you'll have to just make do with the picture tonight because that's what's caused all my OBS problems. What's up, Crystal? Nice to see you, Bud even. Simon Bridgewood, UK Andy. Robert Clark, evening all. Bill Byrne, what's up, brother? Mohammed, what's up, bud? Chris Burns, Vaping with TC. Chris Robertson, Phoenix Vapes. And Chunky Boy, how are you all doing? Right, so yeah, we got Christmas out of the way. I thought I need to find a time to get my best of video done. Now, I was going to do it with Mark TVP, but he hasn't been answering me all week, so I've decided to do it on my own. We were going to do a joint one, but I thought time's running out, so I need to get it up before the 1st of January. So decided to do it on my own. So I don't want to make this a mega long one because we've got quite a few categories to get through. We'll have to get onto it in a bit. So we'll just let chat settle in, see if we can get some people in here. What's up, Goober? Dion? Stuart Niven, what's up, mate? Where's the free shit? The free shit went to the charity raffle a couple of weeks ago, mate. Yeah, Happy New Year, pre-65 Vapor. John, hello mate, nice to see you. Dusty Fingers, JP Vape Show, yeah I'm good buddy. Oh fucking hell, TVP, what's up Mark? Sorry brother, I've been so sick, been in bed since Christmas Day. Sorry to hear that Mark, there's me just thinking you were being an ignoramus, but I hope you get better soon mate. Just one, Lise. Oh, it's alright, it's on mine it must be. It's alright, I just thought that, just had to turn the volume down and it was my fault. I could just hear a bit of an echo coming on. Jules, Mama Vapes, how are we doing, darling? Ronnie Campbell, I'm good, brother. Reverend Vapes, coming down with illness myself. Yeah, there's been a lot of it around. Lisa's had it for about a month now, this hacking cough and everything. Not very nice at all. So hope everyone who's got it's going to get better very soon indeed. Just have a swig of my drink. Got a new glass here. I stole this the other day. Recorder League cider. So it's a nice little cider glass. We've got it with some dark fruits strongbow, as per normal. And what we're vaping on today is basically most of my winners or second places for the categories that we're going to be speaking about today. So I'll just get myself together. Carry on chatting in chat. What should we put on there? Should really put that one on there. Uggy01, nice to see you, brother. Yeah, excuse the picture quality. I'm not quite sure what it looks like. It looks a little bit grainy on mine, but what's it like in chat? Is the sound okay? Lisa's put her thumb up, so that's very good. Right, so we're just gonna get this little tank on top of this mod as well. Just want to get it all together. Nice little selection for you. Obviously, I'm going to be doing a best of tonight, and this is literally the best of stuff that I've either reviewed or I'm about to review on the channel. Some of it might have been released in 2017, but tough. If I've reviewed it in 18, that means it comes into this year's category. So that's how we're going to base it on. Got a few little shout outs later as well, but we'll have that at the end. But let's just fill my Kylan V2 up with something. Should put in there. I'm running out of juice. All of my Black Friday stuff's been used, unfortunately. So how is everybody in chat then? Are we all doing good? What's everyone else vaping on? Let's find out what you lot are vaping on. Just while I'm getting myself together here. Is that quad core fuse captain going to win a spot for the most tortured cord of the year? Of course it is, Bill. I'll never live that down, would I? How to manipulate a coil into, make it into a different diameter. Must have been Lisa's. It's been horrid. We're talking about coals in chat now. Crown 4 kit from Robert Clark there. What's everyone else got? Pugtown still have 200ml of Just Jam for a tenner. Yeah, I bought that as well, Chunk. You get the 20 bottles, don't you? But half of it's the jam on toast and the vape scone, which I wasn't an avid fan of. I just like the straight strawberry or straight raspberry with Just Jam. But it is good though. You can just buy those 20 bottles. You can get it in 6mg as well. So I was using it in my mouth to lungs when I bought mine. What's up, Lethal Coils? Mr. Chris, nice to see you, buddy. Sorry I didn't tune in last night, Chris. Totally slipped my mind, what it being Christmas week and everything, and I totally missed it. So big apologies for that. It's Mam, I can't read it. It's Mam R. He's donated 5 CHF. I'm not sure what they are, but thank you very much for that. Sup, mate, finally able to catch your live streams. Love your reviews. Thank you very much, It's Mam. And I'm sorry I can't pronounce it very well. I'm bloody a nightmare. Wild Wolf and Stacked. Good combination, that one, Chris. I have the Wild Wolf here, and it's in my nominations for the dual batteries normal device. Cheers, Mark. Fucking hell. Love you, big guy. The feeling is reciprocated. Hope you get better soon, mate. Can't wait to do the next live show, hopefully next Saturday or something. Even though it's a Friday today, but it feels like a Saturday for me. Right, Phoenix, Mage Stacked V2, Dead Rabbit, and the All Vape V200 and the Engine V2. That sounds like a nice couple of setups there, man. Druga Foxy with a Skynet Pro, no problems with the battery fault. Lucky you, mate. I must admit, I do love the Druga Foxy, but I just do get battery fault warnings all the time. But it hits like an absolute train, and I just love it. So, yeah, it's not going to be... I don't think it's featured in my top 5 because I can't really let something that's got all those faults be up there for me. But it is a bloody good mod. If you've got one without the battery faults, it would be my top mod of the year. But anyone else who hasn't checked out it, check out my Druga Foxy review. I'll tell you all about it on there if you want to catch up with that. Right, Jules Mama Vape, she's all sorted. She's got a pink gin and lemonade. That sounds nice. Top side and the crown kit. Oh, yes. Lovely combination. The top side looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. And it will be featured in tonight's awards. Right, Crystal, I have my Purge Enforcer with the Carnage RDA with Naked 100 Lava Flow. I haven't tried that liquid, though, but the mech... kit you've got, the setup you've got there sounds Rather tasty, mate. Is your Enforcer the old knucklehead ones or the authentic? Right, Carlo, DNA 250C Triad Nunchaku. Oh, 250C Triad and Nunchaku. I am going to miss a few comments here, guys, but do bear with me because it's quite hard when you're speaking on your own. You do miss a few comments. What's up, Datalus? Nice to see you on the channel, mate. Just going to grab myself a cider. Right, we are back again. It's Mam. How do you pronounce your name? It's Mam. Can I just call you R? I think the top side is guaranteed on everybody's top 2018 list. You'll have to see where it comes though, mate. It's in my nominations, but yeah, I'll get onto that very shortly. Rage with the goat. How did I know you would have the goat, Goober? What's it like, that goat, man? Pud Puffs, Sting Crave PWM, and the Kylin 2 with Dead Man's Arms. That's Empire Vape Company's liquid. I've heard some good things about that. Check it out, guys. Kylin V2, cracking RTA. I know a lot of people have had leaky bottoms with their Kylin V2s, so my one has a little bit of moisture on the bottom, but it's no worse than any of my other tanks, so it is going to be featuring rather highly in my top of the shops for dual battery RTAs. M thing with anti-vape mesh in temp mode. God, you're about the only person I know who vapes in temp mode, man, but top marks for that. What's up, Colette? Nice to see you. Nikki Maynard. I'm very well indeed. Oh, it's the clone, is it, Chris? No worries, mate. They're more or less the same sort of thing anyway, aren't they? What's up, AVC? Right, so we're getting a few people in here. We'll probably level out in a minute and we'll get on to the content which I wanted to get. I'm going to do it very shortly. We're going to have a little vape though first. It's just vape on the... We've got the Basium here, dual 18650 Squonk device with the Reload X, which is from Fastech, this particular Reload X, and it's a really nice one as well. I bought this. It's not the one I got originally that I did the review on. This one was still only about $10, but it's pucker. Love it. Really good RD8. Top mod as well. Just ordered a Reload X. Yeah, get the one. This one here. I got it from Fastech. There's lots of different varieties. I think this is the stainless steel one. I think it's unbranded still, but I haven't seen SXK or YFTK do the actual what do you call it? The Reload X. But yeah, I've just got an unbranded one. But one of them wasn't built that well, but this one's built a lot better. It looks quite nice as well. Yeah, Bastian is going to score very highly tonight as well. Right, Breeze. Josh Warner. Breeze salts and lemsip on the side. Manflu. Oh, unlucky, mate. It seems like that's going around a bit tonight. Just ordered a Reload RTA on sale. Should be here tomorrow. Is that the authentic? I do want to get hold of the authentic because I do like that RDA. Right, let's get on to it then. I think we've got enough people in here to get on with it. Nice swig of that. Let's have a go on the old Kylin V2 as well. Oh, I don't care what anyone says. The Kylin V2 is my favourite flavour tank of the year. Giving that one away, but I've already said that on my live show a few weeks ago. $15.99 for the original, Daniel. Absolute bargain. Colette, I'm on the Basium and the Drop Solo with Dark Star, Lemon Tart and Pod Systems with the Nick Salts. Nice little setups there then, Colette. Right then, guys, let's get on to it then. Right, like I said earlier on, this is my personal best ofs here, so you're not going to agree with them all because it's just what I think is best, especially with mouth to lung setups. I like a looser vape, so it's all geared around what I actually prefer to vape on, and it's all stuff that's been given to me, not given to me, it's been reviewed on the channel. I've either bought it or it has been given to me. And a couple of the items I haven't reviewed yet, but they're still within 2018. So that's how we're going to do it. Some of it might have been released in 2017, but I don't care. It's going to be in my best of 18 if I reviewed it in that year. So I'm going to be a bit ignorant on the chat now, so just bear with me. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night because I've got quite a few categories. So let's crack on then. Right, I've got it in probably the wrong order here, but we'll go to it anyway because I've already done this one anyway. We're going to start with dual core RTAs. Now the short list with this one, this is a very popular section for everyone who likes their rebuildable tanks and everything. We've got the FP, which is a 30mm device designed by yours truly, who's in chat or was in chat. We got TVP, the Vaping Postman, and manufactured by Blitz Enterprises. We got the Stacked RTA by Tony B and Kays, the Meeson by New Gen Vape. We got the Core by German 3 Team and Vapefly, Kylin V2 by Vandy Vape, the Zeus Dual, Billow X, Bravo by Waterfo, Crius 2 by who makes that? OBS. We've got a couple of others on here which I haven't included because they're clones basically, and I haven't reviewed them yet. But they are pretty good, but they're not on the list. The JK clone and the Fatality. So they're not going to feature in my top 5 because I'm just doing authentics with this one. A lot of you out there will probably be putting the Fatality at number 1. But I like it, but it wouldn't have got my number 1 anyway. We've also got the MK RTA and the Blitzen. Right, so we'll just do the top 3, fuck it. Right, in third place, I did a scientific test with this one the other week on flavour and what I thought was my favourite vape quality and everything. Third place, we got the FP RTA here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This is a 30mm tank by TVP and Blitz, and it's a cracking tank, and I advise anyone who hasn't got it to get it. We don't get any leaking on the bottom of this bad boy. And it's a proper, nice, semi-restrictive vape as well. So we got FP in third. Second is the Stacked RTA by Kays and Tony B. Now, I just like this. It's a little bit turbulent, but the hit I get and the flavour is awesome. So there's the Stacked. Try and get it to focus there. And first place, I know it's got some issues. There's people saying it leaks like a sieve and everything else. But I've had no dramas with mine. I get a little bit of moisture underneath. But we got the Kylin version 2. Now, the flavour I get on this, it's just on another level compared with the rest of them. So it has to win my best dual-core RTA. So Kylin V2. Let's have a little toot on it. No worries, TVP. I love vaping on the FP as well. Like I say, if you're worried about leaking, get the FP because you don't get any leaking out of this bad boy. And it's you can really bump up the wattage on it as well, as you can with the Kylin and the Stack. They're all cracking tanks. In fact, everyone on that short list is a cracking tank. You've got the Billow X, the Bravo, Crius 2. All of those are excellent RTAs. But the top 3 were those 3 for me. So the Kylin V2 wins it this year. Yeah, Chris Thor's just confirmed he hasn't got any problems either with it. So we're going to single core RTA now. And this is direct to lung. I've done a little one on mouth to lungs as well. Right, I've got masses of single core RTAs which are direct to lung. But the contenders are the Asmodus Zesthia. We've got the Serpent Elevate by Watofo and Suckmo Mod. We got the Intake RTA, We got the CP RTA 810 edition, which is definitely a 17 tank, but I got it in 18, and that's by Advocate. We've got the iJoy Captain, we got the Vapefly Horus, and the Hot Sig Cintur, which also might be in 17 as well. What's up, love? So they are on the shortlist this year. This isn't, a lot of you out here aren't going to agree with any of these, but my third best is the Advocate CP RTA 810 edition. I just get cracking flavour out of this little bad boy. And I got it for about 13 quid off Grey Haze as well. Admittedly, it's in gold, but that got third place for me. And in second place, like I say, I haven't got a lot of the... What you got to remember on my channel, guys, I don't get given a lot of stuff. I have to buy most of my gear on this, so there's a lot of stuff that you lot will have that I haven't. But in second for me is the Asmodus Zesthia. Still think this is a cracking tank and excellent flavour. But number one for me, without a shadow of a doubt, is the Serpent Elevate by Botofo and SMM. And we've got it on the Wild Wolf here in Matchy Matchy. This is a top airflow tank, and it gives awesome flavour, and it doesn't leak because it's top airflow. So if any of you out there you are worried about moisture on the bottom of your tanks, highly recommend this. It is a little bit finicky to wick in. I tend to have the wicks slightly longer than you'd think because it is a GTA style deck, but have them slightly longer. But the flavour I get off it is absolutely awesome. So let's have a quick toot. .40 watts, 0.24 build on that, and I just think it's lovely. Nice relaxed vape. So the Serpent Elevate gets best single core director lung, that is, for the year. Yeah, I think it's cracking Reverend Vape. So yeah, check out the review on the channel, guys, if you want to see it. I must admit, when I first started using the Expo, I was getting pretty bland flavour. So it does take a little bit of a trial and error, core positioning and everything like that. But I did it blind. I got given it by Sutmo Mod, and he just said, yeah, review that. So I did do, but I had to work out where to put the cord in that. And raising it higher worked better for me. And also having the leg length slightly longer and rate them out quite a bit as well, because you've got to remember it's using the capillary action to draw that fluid up. What's up, Mark Benson? Swanage Diver Dan. What's up, Dan Bennett?
Telling him about your Christmas dinner.
Hey?
I was just telling him about your Christmas
Oh yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it, darling?
Yeah, it was.
Nice to see you, Dan, in chat there. Right, let's have a little swig on the dark fruits. Right. Mouth to lung RTAs. Right, I hope everyone's happy in chat, because I am just carrying it along. I hope you're all enjoying it. Obviously, this is a best of video, so I am going to be just rabbiting on for quite a lot of it. What's up, Sarah Collins? Nice to see you, darling. Right, so mouth to lung RTAs. I've got quite a few of these, but as you know, if you watch my channel regularly, I like a loose mouth to lung. I've always liked a looser draw on my vapes because I used to smoke rollies with roaches in without filters and stuff like that. So I like a looser vape. So in the shortlist we have, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. No, I won't. I'll do that later on when we do the little mentions. We've got the K-Fun Prime. Where is it? This is obviously not the authentic because I'm a tight ass. We've got, this one is by SXK. We've got the Saver RTA, which is on the Nunchaku. Where's the camera? There it is. We've got the Doggy Style by SXK. We've got the Bicar V7, which I haven't got out here, but the review is on the channel. We've got the Berserker Mini. Can't be asked to show you all of them. We've got the Galaxies by Vapefly. Siren V2, the Devor or Devar or whatever you want to pronounce it. The Penedat by Copper Vape, True Mouth to Lung. And we've also got a couple of others here, but I'm not going to include them because they don't deserve to be on my nominations. Right, so my favourites, starting in number 3 order, is we're going to have the bronze medal for the K-Fun Prime by SXK. Now, the authentic is by Svo Mester if you want to go out and purchase that for £100. Or you can go on to Fast Tech or 3F Vape and get this one for $20. The choice is yours, but absolutely cracking vape you get out of this one. A little bit of moisture, I just filled that up without doing the juice flow earlier. It's got juice flow control in this one. And yes, the third is the oh god, how'd you get the Colossal to work? I'll have to watch my review again. How'd you change the wattage on the Colossal, anyone? I get confused with the Skystar by Aspire. Is it up or down? Anyone in chat got the Colossal by Asmodus? I can't remember how to change the wattage. There it is. Swipe it down from the top. I haven't used this for a while, but it is a cracking little device. Let's have a little toot on the K-Fun. Cracking this if you like a loose vape or a restrictive one. You got some good airflow options on the K-Fun. Right, so the K-Fun Prime is in 3rd place. The second for me is the Doggy Style by SXK, because we got a nice looser vape with this. I just took the airflow ring on and threw it away because I just love the vape you get out of it like that. And it's a bit hard to undo the tank if you keep the airflow on. But my favourite of the year is the Saver RT8. Now, people are going to be thinking, are you mad? But I think it's cracking flavour. I have just one airflow hole open, and I've got the larger insert in. And for me, this is my go-to vape. Every day I have this in the morning, take it to work with me alongside one of my dual-core RTAs or a single-core RTA. And I just think this one for me, it's got nice easy top fill on it, lovely threads and the rest of it. So that one gets my top spot. But I am aware that if you like a restrictive vape on your mouth to lungs, if I was a restrictive vapor, I would have given it like this for mouth to lung. The True RTA would be number 1. The Galaxy's MTL by Vapefly would be number 2. And the Berserker Mini would be number 3. But the way I like it, we've got the Saver, the Doggy Style, and the K-Fun Prime. So that concludes the mouth to lung single core section. But like I say, it's all very, what's the word? Subjective. I was going to say objective, but it's very subjective. It's just what I personally think. I like a looser vape, so they're the tanks that give me the best flavour for my style of vaping. But the restrictive, like I say, I know what a restrictive should be like, and that's the top 3 if you like that. But the way I like it is those 3. Right, so now we're on to rebuildable dripping atomizers or squonkinatties, whatever. They don't have to be squonkinatties, but just dual coil. And on the shortlist for this, we've got the Drop Dead by TVC and Hell Vape and Heathen. We got the Reload X clone by Unbranded, because I didn't have a name of a clone company on there. We got the Faris is going to get in on this as well. It is an RDTA, but you can run it in RDA mode. We got the Ude Smith Stage Vape Venus. We've got the Aquitas. Just 1 second, I'll just get better pay attention to chat, because Arif has just donated £5. Thank you very much for that, sir. Hi, hello Mike, Happy New Year. I like very restricted MTL, therefore to me true comes first, but agree with you regarding dual and single core direct to lung. Nice one, buddy. Like I say, Arif, I just don't like the restrictive vape, so that's why I gave it to the Saver and the other 2, the Doggy Style and the K-Fun. But yeah, moving on. So we've got the Venus, we've got the Aquitas, we've also got the Loop, we've got the Fama Vape Yup, the Recall Rebel by fucking hell, I can't remember anyone's name. Grim Green and Recall. We've got the Bonza, but I don't think that is in 2018, so I think I'll leave that one. The VLS I think I did, and we've also got the Phoebe, which was by, can't remember who makes it, but I did the review on the channel. So, to cut a long story short, I'll give you my top 3. Right, in third place, we've got the Recall Rebel. Now, I haven't got the original Recall, but I do run it with the snakebite cap on, and I think this is an awesome RDA. For a long time, this was my favourite of the year. Until the Drop Dead came along. This is my second favourite dual coil RDA. Got it in piano black here by Hell Vape and Heathen and TVC. Lovely smooth airflow. You can squonk it like a mofo because it's got the airflow so high up in it. And it's just right up my street, the airflow on that. But that's number 2. But my favourite dual coil RDA, which probably surprised a lot of you, is the Reload X clone. We've got it here. We've got the Basium sitting on the bottom. And for me, I just get the best flavour out of it. It's more turbulent, the airflow, than the Dead Rabbit, but it's just the cracking. I just get a real good hit. If you want to have a beer and a vape, have the Reload X. So the Reload X gets my dual coil RDA. Now, obviously, I haven't tried the Rebirth. There's a lot of other RDAs I haven't tried because I haven't bought them and I haven't been sent them. So it's literally just what's been on the channel this year. Right, so that's my dual coil RDAs. There's lots of other ones out there which are going to be equally as good or better, but I haven't got them. So we'll move on to single coil RDA. Hot Sig Centaur Mini AVC. Yeah, I wanted to get hold of that. I was talking to you the other day, but it was only on pre-order, I think, wasn't it? But yeah, I do want to get hold of them. But like I say, this is just based on what I've reviewed so far. So yeah, there's going to be stuff out there that probably is better, but I will get hold of it at some point. Right, single coil RDAs. Now on my channel, I've got a plethora of clone reviews for single coil RDAs. So we got quite a big shortlist here, and I'm going to include all of them because I do like vaping them. So we've got the Wasafo Recurve designed by Mike Vapes. We've got the D Pro Mini by Coil Arts. We've got the YFTK Haku Vena, which is a clone. We've got the SXK Haku Phenom, which is also anything that says SXK is going to be a clone. We've got the SXK Le Concorde, SXK Le Supersonic, SXK Radius 2, Copper Vape Skyfall. That comes in SXK or YFTK, I believe, as well as the authentic manufacturer. And I can't remember who makes it because I don't like paying £200 for an Atty. We've got the SXK Air Lab, the Vapors Cloud Shogun, and the Times Vape Reverie. Now, all of those I would be quite happy to vape on a daily basis. If I could only have one of those, I'd be very happy. So this was quite a hard one for me, but I put it into the top 3 order, but based on flavour, the vape quality, and how easy it is to build on it as well, because some of them are a bit of a fiddly, so they might have not made the top 3 because of that. But in third place, and this is a joint third place we've got here, and I haven't reviewed this yet, but it will be in the new year now. We've got the Vapors Cloud Shogun. Now, I got this in the Black Friday deal, and it comes with 2 caps with it. You've got this one here with 2 holes, and it also comes with a Cyclops style hole. And let's just show you the deck on it. But it's a cracking little flavourful vape, this one, for an authentic little vape. It's a good one. So it's literally very similar to a lot of them, but really nice smooth vape on that. Lovely O-ring tolerances. So we've got the Shogun in third, and also in third we've got the SXK Le Concorde. Now this was released probably in 17, but it wasn't on the channel until 18 for me. And as you can see, it's another little squonky natty. And yeah, this is a top flavorful single cord RDA. And these are all direct to lung. You can probably mouth to lung them, but I don't do mouth to lung in my RDAs. So we've got the Concorde and Shogun in third place. Number 2 for me is going to be the MF Vape's Recurve and Watofo. Now I just think this is my... If I'm doing a juice review, which I don't do many of, this is just so easy to wick. Just leave your cord in there, an isohelium or something. It's really good for squonking, not so good for dripping. But I just love it. You can put a nice dirty big cord in it and it gives a really nice vape. So the Recurve is going to get my silver medal for single cord RDA. Lovely smooth vape. I just love the flavour of it. Awesome. Now I haven't got the drop soda or anything like that. It's just stuff that I've got on the channel. But in first place for me is the Le Supersonic. Now this will surprise a lot of people as well, but if you get the coil positioning right on this, it's a right pain in the ass to get the coil in, because you need to use flattish wire, because it's basically held down by a couple of 4 little screws. Where's the fucking camera? It's not going to focus, is it? But yeah, so you have to sort of clamp it on either side. But I just find that this gives me the best draw and the best flavour. You can do it at a nice, like 35, 40 watts, and it just gives me the favourite vape for a single coil RDA. So the Supersonic wins it for me. Second is the Recurve, and third is the Shogun and Le Concorde. So that is that. Right, what's going on in chat? What's up, Brian S? Stuart Niven. Don't look at that call, but Andy Somerville, your third would be my first mic, especially with the larger airflow. To be honest though, Andy, I haven't reviewed it yet, so it's lucky it's in the top 3. But the Shogun really is a nice flavourful one. But like I say, my Supersonic just pips it for me. They're all a much of a muchness. Any one of those. Le Concorde's another stunning one. We've got the Skyfall, another cracking one. The D-Pro Mini, all of those are top RDAs. So there isn't much in it. I just had to pick my favourite. And I like the look of those 3 as well. What's up, Steve Nichols? Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, the Recurve, Jules, you just can't go wrong. This is so sturdy as well. It's a nice thick bit of stainless steel on it. Right, what are we on to next? Right, I hope I'm not boring you all, probably immensely, but this is the best of live shows, so this is what we've got. Changing the drip tip to an acrylic one makes all the difference. Andy, I've given it number 3 of the year, man. That means I like it, man. It's a cracking RTA, mate. RDA, I should say. I've got the Fagan one saying that, Jules. I love the Nada RDA, but I haven't tried the other Nada. But I've got so many, and they all like literally are the same sort of thing. So, to be honest, single coil RDAs bore me a little bit because they're all like very much the same. When I got my Supersonic and Radius V2 and that, it was all a little bit newer, but now they all just look the same. They've all got a couple of airflow holes. They've all got the same sort of decks in them in the main. So they all just are much of a muchness, in my opinion. Carlo, I'm doing my best of 2018, mate. Maybe later on Lisa can come on, but she's a little bit rough at the moment anyway. Anyway, let's crack on because I don't want them to get into arguments with people in chat saying that they think that there's a better. So, right, we've got dual battery regulated mod. Right, we've got a few on the list here. We've got Mod Define Lyra, Vapor SO Revenger, the Yosta Liverpool, All Vape Druga Foxy, the Aspire Skystar, which I haven't reviewed yet, but here it is. Got it in the Black Friday. Geek Vape Blade, dual 21700 mod. iJoy Genie, the Council of Vapor range, the H-Cigar Wild Wolf, and the Smock Species, which Lisa uses on a daily basis, and it is a really good mod that hasn't broken yet. So I thought it deserved a little nomination. Right, so, and also the Double Barrel, I think I reviewed it last year, so that isn't in the list. But we've got a top 5 with this one. In number 5, we've got the Range mod, which is the one that looks like the Scalextrics controller. Number 4 is the Blade. Although it's the Picasso version, it doesn't look particularly that great, but the black version looks a bit better. The only thing with the Blade, it tends to topple over, which really pisses me off because it's got a like beveled base to it. But the battery life of a dual 21700 is great, so that's in number 4. Number 3 hasn't been reviewed yet, but I've been really getting on with it, is the Aspire Skystar. This is a touch screen on it, but it really hits very well, this one, and really decent battery life. So that gets number 3 spot. Number 2, now I know there's a lot of stuff on the internet about this one as well, about their mods like breaking after 5 minutes or a month or whatever. But the Wild Wolf, for me, H-Cigar Wild Wolf, it's cracking. It fits 30mm devices, hits really well. The battery life is pretty good on it too, and it looks very nice with the Serpent Elevate. So it gets my number 2 dual battery regulated mod of the year. And number 1 for me is the mod-defined Lyra, which I paid £26 for. And this one hits like a train. It's Lost Vape's sister company. The screen might be a little bit small for some people, but it's no problems for me. But I just think for a budget mod, it just does everything that it should do. So the mod-defined Lyra wins for me. Now, if this Druga Foxy didn't have all the faults that I mentioned in my review, this would probably have won it because it really does hit very well. But because there's so many problems reported out there, the Foxy I didn't even include on the list because it's just like pot luck. You might have one that doesn't even fire. But this is a cracking device if you get one that works. But yeah, the mod-defined Lyra wins it for me. On this channel, I don't like spending a fortune on things. So if it's cheap and it's good, then it's more likely going to do better on a best of. So the mod-defined Lyra wins it because it's no worse than any of the more expensive mods that you can find out there, in my opinion. Hits just as well as my drone, which is a DNA chip in it. What's up, Vaping Scotsman? Right, so let's go on to the next one then. I haven't got any worse categories here, but there was a worse one I noted down for this single coil RDA, and that was the VP Dam Gokken. I just really didn't like it very much. So check out the review if you want to see what that's all about. But most of the other stuff I've got, I haven't really got something where I'd say it was really like that rubbish. So yeah, we haven't got many worst ofs of the year. Right, single battery mod. There's not too many that I've got on the channel. And we've got 3, in fact. And I'm just going to tell you the running order because we've got the Stars Orion. And these are removable batteries as well. Dual, single 18650s. We've got the Stars Orion in 3rd. The Nunchaku in 2nd, which is a tube style regulated. And the Asmodus Colossal in 1st place. And we've got the K-Fun Prime. I just think this is really well finished. It hits very well indeed. The battery life is tremendous, especially in mouth to lung mode. The touch screen is a little bit fiddly and sometimes doesn't work all the time. But I just think it looks nice and it's lasted me a good few months as well. So yeah, the Asmodus Colossal is my favourite single battery mod. Right, on to pod kits now. Right, in the shortlist, we got the UV, we got the Film Tech pod, the Yosta Y pod, the IQ OVS and the IQ 36, the Smoking Vapor My Pod and the Green edition I had, and the Vaptio Solo Flat. And the third place is the Vaptio Solo Flat, the second is the UV, and the first is the Yosta Y pod, which has got a nice little screen on it. Only came with one core though, so I was a little bit annoyed, but at least I did get sent it for free, so big thanks to Yosta for that. Special mention to the Film Tech pod. I don't think you can buy them anywhere, so I haven't included it, but to be honest, the Film pod is the best vape that I've had this year on a pod device, but it only comes in a tobacco and menthol flavour, and they're not refillable either, so it hasn't made my top 3 for those reasons. And when I had a look earlier, I couldn't see you could buy it anywhere. So, yeah, that's that. But the other 3, the Vaptio, the UV, and the Yosta, are all cheap, affordable pod systems. And the Y-Pod and the UD especially give a nice, good hit. So, yeah, they're numbers 1 and 2 for the pod systems. Right, vape kit. A vape kit could be like a battery mod with a tank on top. It could be a like the Revolution kit is like got a LiPo battery inside with a tank that uses disposable tanks that go inside a cage. So we've got that. We've got the Vaptio Solo F2, the Nunchaku kit, which I've got the mod here, but the tank's sitting in the bedroom. We got the Smok Species kit, the Smok Vape Pen. Well, that's not even going to be included. That's going to get the worst of the year. The Smok Vape Pen was the worst vape I've had, so that's definitely going in that category. The U Gaxi, which was that funny one that looked like the Dodge Viper. I gave it away, the black version, to my father-in-law because he's an ex-smoker. So cracking little kit, that one. We got the Revenger kit by Vaporesso, the Switz 2, which is a pen style kit that I got from Totally Wicked, the Pocket Rocket, which is basically a Joytech one that I've got on the channel, and yeah, and that's it basically. The other 2 I'm not even going to mention. Right, so in third place we have the UD Gaxi, which is the funny looking kit, but the battery life was tremendous on it. Built in 3,200 milliamp hour battery, and the little tanks on it, they only held 2 ml of juice, but the mount alone one, the fluid lasted a good deal of time. So the UD Gaxi kit's third. In second we got the Switz 2, which is the vape pen kit, but I just charged it up again earlier on. It's a cracking little starter kit. If you want something that sort of replicates a cigarette, it's a slightly looser draw than a cigarette, but it's still a cracking vape. I've got it out there with 12 milligram juice in it, and yeah, it's a really good little device. You can buy it on Totally Wicked and on the Electronic Cigarette Company, so it's more like a mainstream type of mass produced type of kit, but the Switz 2, and I have done the review on the channel, albeit it is an old one. And in the top spot we got the Nunchaku kit. Is the mod. I've got the saver on top, but the tank is out there because I don't use stock core tanks, but it is a really good tank and a very good mod, and especially good if you're going to use it in mouth to lung. So that's my favourite kit. So how are we doing in chat then? JP Vape Show, Mike, where do I buy my gear? I buy my gear from all over the place, mate. We get it from a few places in the UK. We got SR Vapes, Grey Haze, Vaping 101 sometimes, Vapors Cloud, I went to them direct. Wherever there's bargains on, mate, I'll go. eSig 1, very good company. They're really good turnaround as well. Good quick delivery. Further afield, I go to 3F Vape and Fast Tech in China. But really, that's the places that I go to. And sometimes I receive free stuff now on the channel, which is even better. Vaping Scotsman, what's that? The Nunchaku, bud? Yeah, if the Nunchaku 21700 will be a better upgrade, because that's the one reason I use it in mount-along mode, because at 18 watts you're getting really decent battery life. But if you want to use like something like the Elevate on there or a dual core Atty, it'd be better if you had a 21700, one that's got more of a more milliamp hours. Nice one, bub. Right, let's get on to the next little category then. We've got mech tubes. This isn't really a category because I've only got 3 mechanical devices, tube ones anyway. So in third place, we've got the Geek Vape Karma 2 kit. It's a cracking little starter kit for, well, I shouldn't say starter kit because it isn't really designed for newbie vapors, but it's a nice entry-level mechanical device. And it comes with that tank on top. What's it called? Fuck knows. I can't remember what it's called. 25mm jobby though. Fits the mech perfectly. In second, we got the Times Vape Saint. And in first place, we got the Thunderhead Creations Taurum. Now, I don't use mechs very often, but I do love the look of this one. We've got the matching RDA on top, and I think it hits really hard. I know that Bill Byrne in chat will disagree with me, but for me, this is more than adequate. And I got it for £33, so you can't really grumble. Now, the RDA cost another 20 on top, but there we go. Yeah, the mech category for me isn't that big because I'm not a fan of mechanical devices. Right, stock core tanks. This is another thing that I'm not really that interested, but we've got a few on the channel. We've got the Crazy Jelly by Ude. We've got the Ampex by Ample. The Horizon Tech Falcon. The Smock Baby Beast, which is a bag of poo. It's all right. The Watofo Flow, the Sear Tank, which was with the Revolution kit, and the Nunchaku, which came with the Nunchaku kit. Right, for the actual tanks, I've got the Nunchaku in third, we got the Ampex in second, and the Falcon in first. Now, I haven't tried the Freemax Mesh Pro, I haven't got the any other ones, basically. So, the ones I got, the Falcon wins it, and the Ampex was a pretty similar, basically. Anything with a mesh type of core is pretty good, but I know there's more modern ones out there which are probably going to piss on these fireworks as well. But the wife likes her Falcon, so we got a few cores for that. So that's what I'm going to give the top spot for stock core tank. What, the Taurum, Chris? Yeah, it's a nice little bit of matchy-matchy, mate. I love this Cerakote finish on it. Oh, John Deere, looking forward to the dual battery topside mod due for release soon. Thinking the 2000 might be the year for innovation perhaps, so now for something completely different. It just so happens that Watofo sent me an email yesterday saying, would I like to review the topside dual? Because they see my review on my channel, and well, he saw me at Expo. I've seen them a couple of times. So I said, yes, please. So we've got the topside dual coming to me very soon, hopefully. So very much looking forward to that. Right, next category then. I'm going to have a little swig. All this talking's doing my mouth in. Yeah, it is, Andy. I was over the moon with that one, mate. Especially with the dual battery topside, because we'll get onto the squawk mods in a minute, but that is one little con, that the topside was only a single battery, albeit a 21700. So what have we got next? So it just so happens we're going on to squawk mods. Now I am going to include unregulated in here as well, because I've got a couple of those, but they're mainly regulated. But I haven't got masses. But basically we got the Topside by Watofo and TVC, the Vapor Chronicles. We got the Basium by Dovpo and the Vaping Biker. Pardon, love?
It's Dovpo, isn't it?
I said Dovpo.
What, for the top side?
Yeah.
You said Watofo?
Oh, right. It's the Dovpo Topside. Sorry, I meant to say. And we've also got the Dovpo Basium. We got the Desire Design Rage and owned by OC Design, that one. We got the Anita by, Arctic Dolphin. the Azura 2-in-1, which is going to get my worst squonk mod of the year, but it is a pretty good dual battery device. It converts from one to the other, so check out the review for that. But it's not really that great for squonking. And we've also got the Recurve, which is a unregulated, basically a mechanical device, and fits like a glove. I really like that one. So that's it. And we've also got the Furion as well, which is a mech one, and I also did get the Pulse Squonker as well, but I think that might have been last year. But anyway, number 4 is the Recurve by Watofo and Mike Vapes. Because it's mechanical, I prefer things that are regulated so I can adjust the wattage. So that gets number 4. Number 3 is the Rage by Desired Design and owned by OC. It's a little bit on the heavy side for me, so I don't like taking it out of the house. So that's why it's at number 3, but it's a cracking device. So check out the review for that. Ashley Hendy, hi buddy. Thank you very much for the donation, sir. Number 2 is the Topside. And the main reason is it's not the most comfortable mod in the world, although I have got used to it now. And it's a bit bulky for a single battery mod. But you can fit it from the top. The second con I've got with it, sometimes liquid manages to escape through the bottom if you haven't quite been accurate enough on the top when you're filling it. But it does get number 2 because it's a cracking little device. Takes your 21700s, works great with a 30T or a Samsung 40T. Top fill. But like I said, there's a couple of cons with it, and I'm hoping that the dual battery one might be a little bit better. And obviously battery life. This isn't, if you're rocking this at 90 watts, it's not going to last you all day, whereas a dual battery one will. But my number 1, which a lot of people won't agree with, but people who've got them, I know that do like them, is the Dovpo Basium by the Vaping Biker. Now, the fact that the top side is top fillable is really good, but to be honest, I don't find it an issue using one of these refiller bottles. Screw it on the 510, squeeze it in there. It's no biggie, and it works really well with the Basium. And yeah, I don't get any leaking or anything like that out of that Basium. You've got two 18650s. We've got no temperature control or anything, but this one hits really hard, and we got 2 batteries, so you get very good battery life. So that one for me is my favourite squonk device of the year. So very much looking forward to the top side dual as well though. And we've got the my favourite dual coil RDA on top. We've got the Reload X. Pump up the wattage a bit. Just going to have a vape a minute, guys. And I think it looks rather nice. It is a little bit square, but this one's lighter than the Rage as well. I can walk down the road with this one quite happily. And I take it to work with me quite regularly too. We've had no problems with the chip or anything, and I just think it looks nice. Oh, cracking. That Reload X is pucker. Right, so we are very much nearly at the end of the actual devices. We got a special little section now for accessories. Now on the list, there's probably more accessories. I've had wire and cotton from Ude Tech, which I haven't reviewed, which I should have done, but I haven't done. But we've got a few accessories here. One thing I bought was the Core Master version 3 toolkit. I've also got the K bag by Core Master, so you can put all your tools in here, which is a little bit bigger. But I just think it's a really nice little kit with all your stuff you can put in there, and it's a really handy little toolbox basically in a little handy little bag. So that is so handy. Every builder out there should have one. So that gets a nomination. We've also got the coily tool. This is what you use to cut your even legs when you're using postless decks, not just postless, so you can use any form of deck, and they come in very handy. I've got the red and blue, the Crystal Palace colours here. So one of them has got the coily logo on, the other one has got the MF Vape one. You can get them personalised if you go on the Facebook group and Facebook page, contact Simon Martin on there. We've also got the CK 3D prints Atty stand. Now this one here, Chris, his name is Chris Etham. He sent me this one over. I was going to pay for it. They're £20 on the site on Facebook, but there was a couple of defects in it. So he said I could have it for free as long as I showed it off a couple of times. So that's what I'm doing. And this one, you can actually screw the tanks in. I haven't got them all screwed in all the way, so I'm not going to put it upside down. But basically, they stay put. And you also can put your design of your choice on the front. CK 3D Prints is the Facebook page if you want to check it out. You got Jimmy Corden on there, or Chris Etham is the bloke who is the owner of this. So yeah, check it out. But really nice. Look at that. I've got that 20 Atty stands on there. Well, there's not 20, but there's 20 holes. And if you want more holes, you don't have to have the personalisation as well. So just get the one that has got the personalisation. You get more little holes for your accessories. Right, we've also got the Atty dock, but I haven't got that out here. Basically, these are wooden little blocks with a 510 in it. And last but not least, we have the Dillygaff Atty stand. Now, this is from Steve Dillygaff. He's Jules Mama Vape's wife. He makes these out of it. Husband even. Sorry, Steve. Fucking hell, I've had a couple of ciders already. It's made out of a piston. You can get them in. I think this is the large version, but he does do a medium and small. And you can also get ones that got rows of smaller ones. I think he's got them so you can have 5 or 6 in one. So, yeah, cracking little stand, that one. I purchased that one. So, yeah, that is that. So, let's. What order are we going to do them in then? Right, in third place, we have the CK 3D Prints Atty stand. Check out it. It's really... I like the way it's all stepped up as well. So it looks really neat on your table if you put them in there properly. It does anyway. So that's third place. Number 2 is the Dillygaff Atty stand. I just think this is awesome for building on. I use it in all my reviews. We've got the nice O-rings around the top. 510 plate, screws on, and there's he's got more designs than that on his Facebook page as well. So Dillygaff Atty stands if you want to check him out. But the winner for me, without a shadow of a doubt, is the coily tool. And here we have them. We've got the personalised MF Vape one here. We've got the original coily one here, but this is just a lifesaver. If you like your real rebuilding, like some of the decks you get, it just comes in really handy. Because if you've got one that's got a centre wall post, and you've only got 2 screws, you're sharing a post, comes in very handy because you just do it at like 5mm, something like that. And it just makes life a lot easier when you're screwing it together. For postless build decks, it's awesome. I was using it earlier on when I was re-wicking my reload at RDA. I had it at 5mm, I think, and it's just something. I didn't think I would need to use it because I thought, yeah, I'm all right, I can cut it by. But the actual coily tool is so handy. I got sent both of these by Simon Martin for review, so I didn't pay for it. But this one is £5.99. I don't know if they still are, but I'm sure they are. But the more expensive one, I believe, is something like £10. It might be a little bit more now, but you can get it printed in the colour of your choice, I believe, if you do a special request, and also the personalised name. So we've got MF Vape on there, and how cool does that look? But yeah, Simon Martin, big thanks to you, sir, for sending those over. They're just so useful, and they stay in my Core Master toolkit ready for me whenever I do my RTA and RDA reviews. So well done, Simon. You've won my best accessory of the year. Right, so that's about it for all of my hardware stuff. We'll get on to some special mentions in a minute. I'm just going to have another drink. What's up, Papa Chigley? Yeah, you have missed the RTA RDA best of. That was at the start, mate. But I will tell you in a minute what they are. But you can watch the whole thing again. I wasn't speaking for that long before I started doing the actual best of. So, what's the name of the company that is included in the Cordy tool that you can use to measure your lead length? I don't know if the one that's included in the coiling tool isn't the authentic coily tool, so I'm not going to mention what company it is. But for £5–10, these are absolutely brilliant. They're better than anything else you get. And the other thing with the coily tool, this goes up in 0.5 millimeters. These ones that you get included in the kits usually only go up in 1 millimeters, so it's a lot better. Because some of my tanks I do 4.5 millimeters or a 0.5 mil measure, so they're definitely better than these cheap knockoff ones you get. Right, so the best RTA and RDA Papa. What do you want to know? The dual core is... Oh god, man, you'll have to watch the whole thing again, mate. I'll give you my favourites for them. Should we just summarise the winners, shall we? Right, best dual core RTA. Totally subjective. What I've reviewed on the channel, so what I goes. So what we've got is the Kylin version 2 is the winner of my dual core RTA. Single core direct to lung is the Serpent Elevate. The mouth to lung RTA is the Saver RTA because I like a loose draw. However, if you like a tight draw, the True mouth to lung RTA by EH Pro and Nature Vape would win it. Dual core RDAs is the Reload X clone. Single core RDA is Le Supersonic, and I have the SXK version. Dual battery regulated mod is the Mod Defined Lyra. £26, cracking mod, hits very hard. Single battery mod is the Asmodus Colossal, but a nunchaku is pretty cool as well. But sometimes I don't like having something long and thin when I'm out, so I like to have something a little bit shorter. But they're, you know, both cracking devices. The pod kit, we've got the Yosta Y-Pod. The vape kit is the Nunchaku kit that has the tank on top as well. Because as an actual kit, it is a cracking little kit. Because the Nunchaku, for a tank that doesn't use mesh cores, it's a really good flavourful vape. So that, as a kit, it won that particular one. We got the Tauren mechanical device, because I've only got 3 on the channel, but as you can see, we got a nice little cutout. Can't see as I'm looking the wrong way. This is really comfortable and hits nice and hard. Looks good. Stock core tanks, we've got the Falcon by Horizon Tech. Squonk devices, I have the Abasium dual core, dual battery even, dual core. And the accessories, we have the Coily tools. Right, so that's that. I'm going to have a quick vape now. And then we'll get on to my special mentions. Exactly, UK Andy. What's up, buddy? The Coily is the original and best. And it's 3D printed as well. I know they do the injection molded ones, but if you can still get the 3D printed ones if you go on the Facebook group and page, I believe. There's something nice about 3D printed. It might not be I think it just looks nice though. I've got no problems with the finish at all, but it just feels nice and like personal. You just know that it's taken 17 hours to produce, so it just feels nice. The Serpent Elevate. Yeah, my one, I'm not sure if it did actually, Jonathan, but yeah, that's the prime example of the ones that have only got the 1mm increments. And it's quite ironic because I'm sure I use 5.5mm in my Elevate. Elevate. I love this combo, the Wild Wolf and the Elevate. It's a match made in heaven. The Wild Wolf review and the Skystar will be coming up in the new year. I just haven't got round to doing it. We've also got the Shogun by Vapors Cloud single coil Atty. That got my, was it second or third? I can't remember now. Joint third best of the year. We've also got some other stuff. We've got the Fatality and the JK clones, which I'm going to be reviewing on VapeTube only because I don't want to get a strike and my channel deleted on YouTube. All of my clone stuff now is going to go onto VapeTube. So if any of you are watching, I will probably post a written post on YouTube and that when I actually get round to doing them. But there's lots of people that have been getting strikes this year. Chris Lethal Cause is one of them. He got a 90-day live streaming ban, which is something that I don't want to have on my channel. So, yeah. There wasn't a knockoff coily in my one, though, Vaping Scotsman. But I'm just going on the tanks, mate. It's if it come with a free knockoff coily, I'm not going to say it's not my favourite because of that. It isn't great, no, but I don't know if they actually spoke with Simon. There wasn't one in my package though, I don't believe. I'd have to recheck the video, I can't remember it.
No, because you got yours directly from...
I got mine direct from Suck My Mod at Expo. I'm sure there wasn't one in there, so I didn't have to worry about that. But yeah, we have got some clone videos which are going to be on VapeTube, so can I urge you all to go over to VapeTube, look for MF Vape on there and subscribe to my channel. I've got about 101 subscribers on there, so it'd be great to get a few more because there will be some good clone reviews on there. We've also got the Hypersonic one here, which I've been testing recently, by YFTK. You can get the SXK version as well. The Supersonic is my favourite single coil Atty of the year, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. We also have the Doggy Style version 2K18, which is also by YFTK. So, yeah, these are all going to be coming up in the new year. Hi, Fiona. Merry Christmas to you. And a very happy new year to you and Ian. Thank you very much for that. Cheers, Pre65 Vapor. Yeah, if everyone could go over to VapeTube, because we are going to get some nice clones over there. Like I say, Doggy Style 2K18. For all you Moutalungers out there, I've been testing this for the last month. So you might be interested in that one. And it's top fill as well. Hypersonic, we got the Fatality, the Juggernaut clone as well, which is absolutely tremendous flavour. It would have made it into my best of, but I didn't want to include it in there because it's got a couple of niggles in it which pissed me off. Very small grub screws. But the flavour on that is cracking, and the Fatality. Yeah, cheers for that, Chris, for putting the VapeTube link in there. But yeah, we are going to get some reviews. I also post most of my reviews over on VapeTube. So what else should we have? Let's have a look. I think we'll have a go on the recurve, you know. Trusty old single coil RTA with the top side. Do have a bit more wattage. What's up, Matt Chandler? What's up, vapes? Something else I'd like you to do, if Chris in chat also, if everyone can like my Facebook page, which is at MF Vapes. If you could find that page, Chris, and drop that in there as well. Because I've only got about 230 likes and I've got 2,000 subscribers. So I want to get as many subscribers into there as possible, because I quite often show off pictures and stuff on the channel. It'd be nice to get a bit more interaction. Now, there is talk of doing a Facebook group, but I just haven't had the time to do it. But I have the page on there where you can leave comments and interact with me anyway. So if you could check out the MF Vape Reviews, it's called, Facebook page, that would be great. Now, I have got my own personalised account, but I want to try and keep that away from vaping. So if you could do that, Chris, I'll be very much appreciated. And I've also got my Twitter account as well. Got a few of my review buddies on there. We've got TBD and AVC, people like that on Twitter. So it'd be good if you could have a look over there. And we've also got Instagram. But all of my links can be found on the bottom of any of my reviews. So please check them out. You what, love? Brian S, thank you very much, mate. That is the page one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, I don't really want to get hundreds of friend requests, because I want to keep the vape reviews page just towards vaping. Don't really want the personal one to be involved with vaping particularly. What's up, Sub Vapes? Thanks for tuning in, Bruddy. Keep saying Bruddy. What's the matter with me? Brother. Right, so it's very good to see you all in chat tonight, guys. I really am over the moon with this. We've got close on 100 people watching at the moment, so it'd be very appreciated if you could hit a little thumbs up icon, which just shows a little bit of appreciation to us reviewers out there, and it does wonders for our analytics and gets us up the search engine rankings. So it gets more people watching the channel, which is always a good thing, because I don't want to be doing reviews to nobody. So we're going to come on to the special mentions now, because basically I'm so over the moon with this. I've been going since the end of October. It's literally November 17. We're now on the end of December 18, and I've managed to get over 2,100 subscribers, I believe. I can't quite remember how many I've got. Is it over 2,100, love?
2,155.
Yeah, 2,155. And just over the year and a month or two. Year and 14 months, say. And I'm just very much over the moon with all the support that I've received from all of you folks out there. That's why I want you to come to my social media as well and get a little bit of banter going, some interaction, stuff like that, so people can share their ideas and views with me. It'd be great to get you over on at least the Facebook page. It'd be awesome. But I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you lot watching, because what's the point of doing a review if no one's going to watch? And each time I get a little comment or a like, it just makes it all worthwhile. Do you know what I mean? We put a lot of effort into these, stay up late a lot of nights during the week. And I enjoy doing it. I enjoy editing the reviews. I enjoy doing the recording. Sometimes I can't be asked to do it, but I still do it anyway, because I know once I get stuck into it, I will enjoy it. But the feedback I've got from you lot out there is just tremendous this year. I've managed to get over 200,000 views as well, and rising. In fact, the view figures are going up and up this year. I'm getting about over 30,000 a month at the moment, so I'm absolutely ecstatic with that. So yeah, it's very much appreciated. It really is, guys. I'm so over the moon with it, and I can't thank you enough for your continued support. I just suddenly thought, actually, there was another category that I've missed. There isn't many on the channel, but RDTAs. Right, we got the Faris, we got the Tauren, the Flav, and the Gas Mods Nixon. So I had 4 RDTAs. 4, Michael. Yeah, sub-vapes, so that's what I've done my best of, mate. That was the first hour of the show. You'll have to go back, and I did the recap a minute ago as well. So when the video's finished, rewind it, mate. I've got it all on there, because I don't want to keep going over the same thing. But yeah, check it out. But anyway, the RDTA section, So of those 4, the Watofo Faris, I was going to say would win it because that one converts into an RDA or a Squonkinati, and it's an awesome little device, that one. You can use it even with the tank on the bottom, squonking it into the tank. The Tauron's a little bit restrictive for me, but it's a decent flavourful vape. I don't know what Andy Summerfield thinks in chat because I donated that one for the charity raffle. The Nixon I gave to Stuart Niven on one of my giveaways, but my winner would be the Flav RTA, which is a little RDTA, and you can squonk into it. But I never had the RDA, but this one is a cracking. The flavour you get from this. Now, this is by SXK. The original was about €140 by Alliance Tech. But this is another one that I wanted to let you know about because that is one of my favourite devices. So I missed that one because it was at the top of the page, but there we go. Yeah, you love the Tauron. Yeah, you like a bit of your restrictive type vape, don't you, Andy? I thought it was good, mate, but I just thought I might as well give it to someone who prefers that type of vape. You didn't get the Nixon. Who got the Nixon? And someone got it. Stuart.
Was it his brother? Did he give some to his brother?
Who?
Did he give some to his brother?
No, that was definitely in one of my giveaways.
Oh, was it Andy? UK Andy might have got it.
UK Andy? I don't remember giving anything to UK Andy.
Yeah, he won one of the giveaways, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, UK Andy then. Anyway, I gave it away. What's up, the Vape House? I haven't got the Vandy Vape Pyro V2, mate. The only 4 I had are the 4 that I mentioned, so I can only do the best of based on that. But the Flav RTA, if anyone's got the RDA, which is squonkable as well, you'll appreciate what I'm saying because it's basically the same thing, this one. I know that Vaping Postman did a review on the original RDA of the Flav, and I've done the review on the RTA, which is an RDTA. But cracking flavour. Like I say, they all look pretty similar to these single core Latis. But yeah, that was an awesome vape. Jay has it now. Fair enough. I know a lot of people did get on with that Nixon. It just wasn't for me, that one. You won my first giveaway, 200 sub. It was a long time ago now, Stuart, wasn't it? Right, so let's get on to some special mentions because this is basically like the end of the best of, basically. I want to... There's quite a few on it, but the biggest shout out of all is going to go to my lovely wife, Lisa, for putting up with me all of the... Over the last, how long have we been together, love? 7 or 8 years? 7 years, isn't it?
8 years nearly.
Well, it's 8 years in March, April time. But since I've been doing the channel, I haven't got too much sleep. I go to work 5 days a week, do a 9 till 5:30 office job, get home in the evenings, usually do a bit of cooking, washing up and that. And then at 8 o'clock I might do some editing. Sometimes it goes on till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, answering comments, this, that and the other. At the weekends I tend to do the recording. So I don't really get a lot of time to do extra family things, basically. But Lisa's been very supportive. We've had our ups and downs over the time. But, hey?
Most of them on live.
Most of them on live?
Most of them live, and we've had our disagreements.
Well, I don't know, no. And but anyway, I just wanted to give a lovely wife a big thumbs up for putting up with me. But she does understand that I enjoy what I do. Like, if I just had to go to work every day and then basically didn't do anything else, I'd be bored shitless because I enjoy doing this. So I like to share all the stuff that I learn with everyone else, and I enjoy it too. So everyone's a winner. But yeah, it does for anyone out there who's thinking about doing a review, and it's a full-on game, I'll tell you. If you're not going to get a lot of sleep if you do it. If you want to do it seriously anyway. But it's very fulfilling with the interaction you get and everything else. If you enjoy your editing, stuff like that, it's very worthwhile. Also, a big shout out to the boys, Frankie and Vinny, and Rosie and Lily. Rosie and Lily live down the road. Lily's my lovely granddaughter. But all of them, they have to put up with me and my miserableness, me nagging at them continuously because they leave the toothpaste top off or something like that. But you know what I mean, anyone who's got kids. But it's all fun and games. But yeah, it's just part of the fun of being in a family household. But yeah, it is stressful. You're doing all this lot. Things do irritate me, of course, because I do get tired a lot of the time. But I do love my family. So big thumbs up to each and every one of you. I'm not sure anyone else will be watching of my family, but we've also got mother, my brother, and that side of the family. But hello everybody if you are watching, but I highly doubt you are. But Happy New Year to you all. This Kylan 2 is a cracking tank, and if you know how to wick, you won't get any leaking. That's a joke, by the way, before anyone else starts going mad at it. But I've noticed some people have been saying about leaky Kylans again, but there is a little bit of moisture on there, but we got a sort of angled airflow bit, so if you do purge, you are likely to get condensation on there. But I do think some of it might actually be coming through the bottom. But if you look on my one, let's get the fucker to focus in. I hate this Logitech. Come on. It's not going to do it. As you can see, it's not wet. So if you are getting leaking, I suggest re-wicking it again, making sure the 510 screw is tightened up. And use the dam method. Short wicks, so it's sort of plugging the hole. That works best for me. And like I say, I've got a bone dry Kylan at the moment, so it's my favourite tank of the year. But on to these special mentions then. So we've done the family side of things. Another special mention is to Neil Humber, who's a journalist basically. He's a vape journalist, and he writes articles for E-Cig Click, which is a magazine, online magazine that you can watch on the internet there, and he also posts them on Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. But Neil Humber is a cracking dude. I've met him a couple of times at the recent expos in the UK, and he's an awesome fella, and he's a very good reviewer as well. So if you want to check out written reviews, check out E-Cig Click. There's a number of good reviewers on there, but Neil Humber gets a special mention from me because he's a very top bloke. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year if you're watching, Neil. Just looking at the chat there. Evening, Mr. Devil Vapor. TVP's back in the house as well. What's he saying? Mike's way better and more dedicated than I. Don't know about that, TVP, but like you say, mate, you deserve where you are, man, and you can just do what you got to do, buddy. But yeah, we've done Neil Humber. I need a piss, guys, so I'm going to just nip off for a couple of minutes. We'll just put on my expo video, and that's the last couple of minutes. Here we go. Right, microphone is still on, so you can all hear me. And here we are, we're back again. Right, so we're doing our special mentions at the moment. Anyone else who's just joined us from chat, we have done the best of 2018. Number of different categories there. If you want to see it, I suggest waiting for the video to end. I did start off quite quickly within the first 20 minutes or so, I believe. So you can check out the winners and losers. I didn't do any worse off, to be honest, because a lot of the stuff that I've bought doesn't warrant actually getting the worst of, because a lot of the stuff I have purchased myself, and a lot of it is very good. There's only a few things I've had that I've really thought were crap, and the VP Dragon was one of them, which is a single core RD8. But while I was out there, I thought I'd just get my Switch 2, which is a starter kit here. We got a little tank. It's got a bespoke battery on the bottom, but this is, I think this got my second best starter kit, didn't it? Yeah, it did, or vape kit. And I've got some 12 milligram juice in this. You can get it from Totally Wicked in the UK, but I think it's an awesome vape. And I'll just give you a little toot. Nice loose mouth to lung. And if you know, just given up smoking, you know someone who is, highly recommend this. And I think it looks awesome as well. So Switch 2 by Totally Wicked, which is, you know, one of your big boys sort of mainstream companies as well. But I did the review for that one when I first started the channel, the first 2 or 3 months in. So it's probably not the best review in the world, but it's there if you want to check it out. Right, cheers Stuart Niven. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. Vaping Smurf as well. I haven't seen you in here yet. Jad UK. What's up, buddy? I've been ignoring the chat because I've been doing a lot of these best ofs, but we are on to special mentions now, guys. Like I say, if anyone's just joined me, rewind the video and you can see what I think about the stuff that I've actually received on the channel, my favourites. So it's going to be a lot of stuff there where I haven't actually received stuff that might be better, but it's obviously just based on what I use, and it is very subjective. So another big mention, special mention, and let's see if I can just find what I need to show for that. Really need to get the Lisa keeps looking at me and it's doing my head in. I'm thinking, what's up? What's going on? But cheers, Ashley. Special mention number 2 or number 3, I think. We've done Neil Humber, we've done the family. We are now on to the sponsor of my channel. It's called Bill Byrne, and he produces the Rolling Fog modern coils. Basically, the coils that I generally use on the channel are Rolling Fog ones. Now, unfortunately, Bill had a bit of a huge bereavement this year. He lost his mother, unfortunately, 2 or 3 months ago, which was just after he agreed to sponsor the show. But he did agree, if I paid for some wire, he'd make me like 250 coils. So I did that to him, and recently he's just sent over half of the coils. So I'm over the moon with that, and I wasn't expecting it so soon, because I can't think how the sort of what Bill's had to deal with recently, because I know for me it must be an absolute nightmare to lose your mother. So yeah, fucking big thumbs up to Bill. He's a really top bloke, and his coils are fucking pucker. And yeah, I just have utmost respect for you, mate. And I'll just show you some. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. But the ones he sent me, because I like tricore fused collapsins, I like aliens for my direct to lungs, but he's also made me a load of mouth to lung fused collapsins as well, which are fucking lovely. I've got them in my K-Fun, in fact. But got a little tub full here. Very reasonable prices as well. Not sure what the price list is, but maybe someone in chat can bring up the Rolling Fog Modern Coils Facebook page, put it into chat for me. I would be very much appreciative of that. But let's try and get this C920 to focus in on one of them, because it's been pissing me off all night. Oh man, I should have got the other one set up as well. Where's the camera? Right, this is one of the tri-core fused, and very nice. He's bent the legs over as well, so it's ideal for a postless deck or the wall type deck. But it's hard to show when you're using a webcam, but these are very nice. These are NI80s with a stainless steel outer wrap, I believe, on these ones. They come in a nice little pot, and they are pretty reasonable prices as well. So expect me to be using a few of these in my coming reviews. Like I say, there would have been more on the channel, but for the reasons I've just mentioned, I haven't been using many of Bill's calls, but I haven't had that many RDAs or RTAs on the channel recently anyway, so it's not been too bad. But from what I remember, the price list is very reasonable indeed. And I think Bill's just put it on there because he is one of my spanners. So thank you very much. Check it out. Shit cam problems, mate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the C920 is okay for streaming, but when you start trying to do things like that, it doesn't work very well at all. Right, the next little mention we're going to have. My hand looks clammy. Fucking probably shaking as well. Had a few ciders here. But we've got, the next shout out is going to go to someone that I started watching before I started doing reviews, obviously. He's one of the first reviewers I started watching, in fact. When I first started, it was about 6 years ago, I didn't start using Rebuildables. I started rebuilding my own coils in the Pro Tank 2s, and yeah, I think that was it. The Pro Tank 2s, and then onto the Kanga sub-tank Nano, I think I had, because that didn't even have an RBA decking. But this isn't the shout out. I was just saying, I started off watching Rip Trippers, and he showed me how to build a coil using like a needle, surgical needle, because we had really tiny coils in these little stock coils, and re-wicked them, and it used to work a treat. And I thought, fucking hell, this is a good way of saving some money. So I started doing that, and then I stumbled across other channels like Mike Vapes, and the next gentleman was a Scottish reviewer, and stumbled across him, and I thought, oh, I fucking really liked the first review I watched. I can't remember what one it was now. It might have been one of the Steam Crave series, but it was basically Vaping with Vic. And I want to shout him out because I've only been going about 14 months on the channel, and Vic was one of the first people to shout me out. I'll go on to the others in a minute, because the very first person, I have a special mention for him as well. But yeah, I think he must have been keeping an eye on me. And TVP was in chat as well. Obviously was as well, because when I spoke to him at Expo, reviewers tend to keep tabs on what's going on in the scene. And I think Vic was just seeing what was happening, because he could see I was getting some good viewing figures for my videos, because I put a lot of clones out there. You're going to get good video, good views. But basically, he gave me I can't remember if it's a shout out first or whether I got onto the UK Vape Show first. But when I got to about 400 subs, he asked me to come to the UK Vape Show, which was very nice indeed. Now, he's also shouted me out a few other times on his channel, and I've also been on the UK Vape Show 2 more times. So the last time was only a brief stint, because there was a few reviewers on there. But he's stuck by me. He's seen that I wasn't just going to be on for 5 minutes and then I was going to piss off like some reviewers do. And it's like he appreciated what I was doing. So I very much appreciate the recognition, Vic. So big thumbs up to you, and this special mention goes out to you because you were one of the first reviewers I started watching. I have full respect for you. The shout outs that you're giving me for my channel, I really do appreciate it. And so, yeah, thank you very much for that, sir. The next one is the Vaping Postman, Mark Roberts, which closely ties in with Vaping Vic, because I know that Mark has put a few good words in for me to get me on the UK Vape Show, because obviously he is part of the 4 that is the UK Vape Show, which is Vaping with Vic, TVP, we got the Devil Vapor who was in chat, and also Empire Vape Company, or Empire Vape Co, I should say. And yeah, all 4 of them do their weekly show at Thursday at 8:30. Normally at this point there'll be a post from Vic to advertise it, which I don't mind at all because I've been on the show 3 times. But yeah, anyone who hasn't checked it out, check it out. There are 4 different personalities and it's quite a good laugh on there. It's yeah, a bit of vape talk, a bit of beer talk, a bit of just general life banter sort of talk. And yeah, TVP, basically I met him at Expo in May and then again in October, and that bloke is one funny guy. We get on very well, so much so I started doing some live shows recently on a Saturday nights, and Mark was in chat one of the nights, and I said, do you want to come on? So he said yeah, so we did do. We've had a few meltdowns along the way. Cheers, but since then, before Christmas, we were doing a regular sort of thing on a Saturday night, along with Sleazy Beezy, Sean Bazant. I'm not sure if he's in chat tonight. He's another cracking fella that I'm going to shout out to, because he's basically the main admin on TVP's Facebook group. And these guys are like top blokes. The Vaping Postman's Facebook group is just, when you first join it, you think, what the fuck? Literally, the humour on there is, yeah, it takes a little bit getting used to, but once you get used to it, they're just a cracking bunch of people. But yeah, these regular shows that me and Mark have done, I thought have worked really well. We have a nice bit of banter on here. I have full respect for Mark because he does put words in with Vic. I think he at least got me on the Vape Show on one of the times. It might have been the second one, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, TVP, Sleazy Beezy, Sean, they're fucking great guys, and I've really enjoyed doing the shows with them the past 2 or 3 months, and hope we can do some more in the new year for sure. So yeah, that's my next shout out. Right, the next one, let's just have a little drinky break. Got Mr. Mark Solo Reviews, another cracking reviewer and a very nice human being as well. And I've met him at expos, both expos, London Vape Show as well. Cracking guy. I've been on his home service show at least once. My memory can't remind me whether I've been on there more than once, but I think it might have just been the once. But Mark gave me a lot of a helping hand when I first started my Facebook page and that, because I'm a bit of a technophobe with certain things, especially with computers. I used to do my own computer music back in the 90s. I used to make my own techno and stuff like that. But Mark, he did help me designing like how to fit your photos to the Facebook page and that, because they're a funny sort of size, but really nice gentleman. He's had me on the show. He's the nicest bloke you should wish to meet. And so, yeah, the next shout out is for Mark Solo Reviews. Thank you very much, sir. Right, little bit of a vape break. We're going to have the Kylan V2 on the Modifying Lyra. Meltdown bike indeed, hashtag. Yeah, that's got to be on my merchandise, isn't it, Mark? Hashtag Meltdown Mike. Yeah, Dean, it is funny. It's called a TVB group, but Mark is an elusive figure on the TVB group, isn't it? Right, next little shout out. Obviously, all the guys on the UK Vape Show get a shout out. We've got Empire Vapes and Dean the Devil Vapor 2. So check out their channels as well, guys. We've also got the next one here. He doesn't do reviews anymore, but this guy here I'm going to shout out next. He really helped me out because when I first started my channel, I wasn't even on social media. I literally started with nothing, put a review up, and it all went from there. But because I know a lot of newer reviewers tend to get a client base first by going on lots of different social media, and they tend to gain about 80 or 100 subs without putting any content out. Now I did it totally the other way around. I had to put content out to try and gain subs, and it took me a good 2 or 3 months to even get anywhere near 100 subs. But one guy I've got a particular soft spot for is Stephen Fryer, otherwise known as WN8 Vapes. And his channel is really good. He's a very laid-back reviewer, and he knows his mech mods and stuff like that. But yeah, he's going to get a big thumbs up from me because when I first started out, I only had about 30 or 40 subs. He was doing a regular Saturday show at 8:30, and he invited me on there and did a little stint on there with him, and obviously that helped gain a few more subs because he had about 300 or 400 at the time. So, but he gave me immense help in using like OBS and just generally using the computer to stream and stuff like that. And really top bloke, and it's a shame because I've been out of contact with him since he stopped reviewing a few months ago. But if you are watching, Steve, big thumbs up to you, sir, because I do owe a lot of what this channel has become because of you, sir, and I really do appreciate it. So there you go, that's Steve Fryer. Yeah, he hasn't done a review for a while. I think he's still doing Instagram, Dean, and Facebook. But he hasn't put a review up for a long time. Not that I've noticed, anyway. But he's a cracking guy, Steve Fryer, WN8 Vape. In fact, if you like your mech mods, guys, even regulated devices and stuff, RDAs and stuff, go and check out his channel because he still does the works. But he especially likes his mech mods. But you won't be disappointed because it's such a calm, relaxed manner that he has, and I just think he's awesome. Right, next one. I think this is a must for anyone who uses rebuildables, battery mods like this, mech mods like the Torum. This is an American guy, and he's called Battery Mooch, and he's got his own YouTube channel. He's also on eSig forum, Facebook, Instagram, all of that malarkey. But if you want to know about your amp limits of batteries, how to use like mech mods safely, the internal chemistries of all your different batteries, and what you should be using in a regulated versus mechanical mod, stuff like that. If you're using, basically, if we just take the Lyra out here, I've got a couple of external batteries because not all of you are going to be familiar with these if you're using your internal battery mods. But Battery Mooch is a godsend basically for anyone that that vapes, because he just explains it all there is to know about your battery safety, your Ohm's law and all of that, and he's done a plethora of videos on his channel, so I highly recommend checking it out and watching it. It's called Battery Mooch, so yeah, do check it out. He should be the one that's got the most subscribers on YouTube to do a vaping, but not enough people have subscribed. But you do need to check it out, especially if you're not clued up on Ohm's law and battery safety. So yeah, a big recommendation from me. Lots of people in chat there, bigging up Mr. Solo Crew, because Mark's been going for a good 3+ years, and he's got 2,500 subscribers. So he's doing well, but he should be on a lot more, like the people are alluding in chat. So check out Solom's page as well. All the people I'm mentioning, it's worth a look. All of these reviewers, all the ones I've mentioned are cracking people as well. Right, my next a little mention is for all of the moderators for my channel, otherwise known as spanners. We've got a few of them in there. Not sure if I can see any at the moment. TVP's one of them. Crystal's another. Vapor's Vault's another one. It's called Tam, link later, and a very nice gentleman indeed. I'm not sure he's watching tonight, but really nice bloke. All of the spanners that keep an eye on our live feeds, stuff like that. I think Lisa's one as well. It really does help us when we're doing live streams, especially when you're getting trolls in the house. It's not so bad tonight because we've it seems to be quite well behaved there tonight, but Goober Vapes, another one. I am coming on to in a minute actually, Goob, but all the spanners do get a special mention from me, so thanks for that. Right, now we're getting on to these are the reviewers that I see, apart from the ones I've already said, of course. These are the main reviewers that I've taken note of and tend to keep an eye out for. Jules Mama Vapes, spanners. Are you not a spanner, Jules? Oh, you should be a spanner. I'm going to make you a spanner, Jules. That means you have to come into every one of my live shows. Jules Mama Vapes does spannering for everyone, and she's a really good spanner. Did it work, Jules? Anyway, let's get on to some of these reviewers then. We've already mentioned the UK Vape Show, so we've got Vaping with Vic, Empire Vape Co, and Devil Vapor, and TVP. Right, other reviewers that I like to watch, who I think are very nice gentlemen. We've got Goober Vapes. He's in chat at the moment. He's one of the nicest blokes you would ever meet. He does a Sunday live show. He's based in Utah in the US of A. And he's a wonderful person, and go and check him out. If someone could put his link in chat, that would be muchas gracias. TVP. Right, we've also got another vape channel. He was in chat earlier. I don't know if he's here now. Kieran, his name is. He does awesome juice reviews. He also likes his mouth-to-lung tanks and RDAs. And yeah, he knows his stuff too. And he's doing some pretty top hardware reviews now as well. So do check out Mr. AVC, because he should be on more subs than he is. But he's on a good 300 or 400, I believe, at the moment. So please check out another vape channel. Very nice man. Met him at Expo as well. We've also got Vapor Jimmy. Now he's a bit of a bit eccentric, a bit of a nut job in the nicest way, but he's having a little hiatus at the moment for personal reasons. But I do love his reviews. He's a very nice bloke. He does some really bizarre sort of videos, but they're really funny, some of them as well. So check him out, Vapor Jimmy. Right, next on the list, we've got Mrs. Jules Mama Vapes. She's in chat tonight. She's recently recruited spanner of the channel, and she's a lady reviewer. So we always like a bit of a lady reviewer on YouTube. We're a bit short of them, and she does some cracking reviews as well. Really nice lady. We met her at Expo as well, me and the missus. So big thumbs up to Jules. Little Bro Vapes, Mark Solom Crew's brother. Another one of the UK Vape crew. Check him out. We've got Danny MBK Reviews. Now, Danny's been going a good year or two. I think it's over a couple of years, in fact. But he's a really nice bloke, actually. I've met him at Expo. He's just a really nice, down-to-earth sort of guy. And he's one of the UK crew. So he's over 1,000 subs, so check him out. Next on my list, he's not from the UK, but and he's not been going that long, but he builds his own coils, and he also does his own YouTube channel. And he's recently started doing some juice reviews and hardware. Recently done the FPRTA, and his name is Lethal Coils, otherwise known as Chris. And he's a really nice bloke. He's a fucking top fella, and he does the regular Thursday show at 7 o'clock with Solome reviews, and called Lethal Coils, and he's a good top up and coming reviewer, so do check him out. Next we've got the Vape UK Network guys. Now unfortunately it looks like the network might be disbanding, although I do believe that Chunkmeister might be taking it over. All the best to Les Savine and Kerika, who were the main admins for the group, and now they're stepping aside basically, but they've done a really good job with the Vape UK Network over the past few years. So all the best, Les and Kerika. But the reviewers on there, we've got VH Reviews, Chunkmeister, we've got Roy's Reviews, Trench's Funny Farm. There's lots of them on there. I think Jules is on there as well. I can't remember them all, but do check out the Vape UK Network, because I believe it's carrying on with Mr. Chunkmeister. So, yeah, check out the Vape UK Network. We've also got TBD, Mr. The Big Dripper. He likes to use Twitter a lot, actually, rather than Facebook. He's got over 150 subs. Nice little channel. He's done a good little expo vlog on the recent October one. So do check out Mr. TBD, Mr. Dave Green. Sulphur Vapor. Obviously, Salford is from up north. He's also called Dave. And yeah, he's a lovely fella. He doesn't have much luck from where he lives, though. He's got some really annoying neighbours, it seems like. But he has had some health issues recently as well. But he's a top bloke, and he usually does a live feed at 11 o'clock on a Friday night, I believe. So we've got Sulphur Vapor. Big thumbs up to you, sir. Next one on the list is WGD Vapes. Another UK reviewer. He hasn't been going that long, within the last 6 months. Cracking little channel. Likes doing his vlogs and stuff too, his expo vlogs, and yeah, he's put some decent reviews up, so do check him out. WGD Vapes. Well, goddamn. Right, another one is Scott's review. I haven't seen much of his content, but he's I've watched a couple of his videos, and I've only seen him recently, but he's got over 8,000 subs, so he must be doing something right. But he's a fellow buddy on YouTube, so check out Scott's reviews. We've got GBV Nation. It's been a bit quiet recently with personal issues, stuff like that, but he's another good UK reviewer. Another one is Worthing Vapor, who also does reviews for eSig Click. I really do like Kevin. He's a really nice bloke, and he should have a few more subs as well. But Worthing Vapor, another good channel to check out. So I've mentioned Roy's Reviews as well. He's also on the UK Vape Network channel, and VH Reviews, I think I said as well. Right, we're going to have a little swig of some cider and a little vape, and then we'll come on to some up-and-coming reviewers. And I say that because I've only been going 14 months, but these guys here have only been going the past 2 or 3 months, so give them a little special mention. Ashley, so we've established that Mike isn't working tomorrow. I don't work on Saturdays, mate. The only work I do on weekends is review work. Oh, I fucking hate your name. Unicron's Hull. Opening should be its chow down time. What's up, buddy? Anyway, you might have said hello earlier, but I didn't see it. WM Videos, Cider and Black. This is Strongbow Dark Fruits. And I like it. And we've got it in the Recorder League glass, freshly stolen from the recent work store I went to. Right, let's just grab another one. Right, so on to up and coming reviewers. Why is it locked? Cron's a fucking full-on legend, mate. One of my oldest buds in vaping. True story, bro. Fair enough. Can I just call you Cron then, man? Because I can't fucking read your name ever. Roy was abducted by aliens. Finally gone home. Laugh out loud. Roy does his stuff on the Irish channel now. Oh, does he? Oh, of course he does. Oh, well, I've shouted out Vape UK Network. But Roy's Reviews is not on the Vape UK Network. It shows how much of the... what's that channel? Northern Ireland one, isn't it? The whole had to go. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, IVC Reviews as well. Where's he been recently? Cracking mod this Lyra and the Kyling combination. Right, up and coming reviewers. This one I wouldn't have known about unless I read the Devil Vapor's tweet a few weeks ago now. And I watched a couple of his reviews. He's called Rebuildable Vapes. And he's done some of the most awesome camera work you'll see on a review. Check out his Vindicator and Rebirth RDA reviews. But I've watched both of them. He's only been going 2 or 3 months, I believe. But yeah, he is going to appear on the UK Vape Show next month or next time, I do believe. Sometime in the very near future. But do check out his channel. A really nice, relaxed way of reviewing. He sort of intermingles like down table stuff in with the up top stuff. So it's all a bit of a new way of doing things, and it works really well. But some of the close-up photography he gets is awesome. So check out Reverend Vapes. He's got a cracking little channel developing there. Another new one is the Vaping Dragon. He hasn't put much up recently because he's also had some bereavements to deal with. But Vaping Dragon, he's got his own Facebook page and group, I believe. And yeah, very nice chap as well. So do check him out. He has got a condition where he shakes a lot, and I can't remember what the actual conditions is, but it's not Parkinson's. But you have to just bear that in mind. There's, you know, it's just something he has to actually deal with. But he's a very nice, humble bloke, and he gives me a lot of support on my channel. So I'm bigging up the Vaping Dragon, so please check out his channel. Also, another female reviewer who's just starting out recently is the Vaping Anorak, otherwise known as Kerry-Ann Brooks, and she's on Twitter, but she's another UK female reviewer, so check her out. We got the Vape House, Howes, he's another new UK reviewer, and the Vaping Junkie. Now, I've only watched a couple of each of their videos, but they seem to be doing okay, so it'd be good to give them some support. Right, international reviewers now. And to be honest, I don't get a lot of time to watch reviews. But I do watch the odd ones, and some of them do their own live shows and stuff like that. But Jared the Vaping Goat, he puts out some content usually. He's had a bit of time off recently for personal reasons and this, that and the other. But yeah, do check out Jared's channel. The bigger reviewers, we've got Mike Vapes, the Vapor Chronicles TVC, and Fagan. They also do the Vape Team on a Thursday. I've watched Mike Vapes since I started vaping, so I have full respect for him. I do think that what he says, I actually believe. I know he might get paid to bump up reviews to the top of the queue, stuff like that. But he always puts an honest review out there. If he doesn't like something, he'll tell you about it. And he does point out pitfalls as well as the good points and stuff. So Mike Vapes definitely gets a thumbs up from me. As does the Vapor Chronicles. He doesn't put much hardware stuff up, but he has made the top side. So I think he deserves a thumbs up for that. And he's got the dual battery one coming out very soon, which I am receiving by all accounts. Thank you very much, Watofo. Dovpo even. Why do I keep saying fucking Watofo? We got the Watofo recurve on top. Fuck it out. Should be Watofo. It's the recurve, which is Watofo. Another one I like to watch is Ambitions Vapor, a US reviewer. Does some really good video work and puts some good music on there as well. Suck My Mod is another good one. And Fogging Out with the Batman is another channel, and he's a really steaming up this sub count he is. He's on, I think he's on over 8,000 subs already. But he's a really nice gentleman from what I gather. And puts out some decent reviews, so do check him out. And my last one I've got on the list here is Pal702. And he started out at the same sort of time as me, and he's got about 2.3, 2.4k. So he's doing very well indeed, and he's a US-based reviewer. But he puts out a lot of good stuff. I don't know where he gets it all from, but he gets hold of some good stuff. Proper authentic stuff from the Philippines and stuff like that. So do check out Pal702. So that really about concludes it for the shout outs and everything else, guys. So yeah, that's about it. So let's just have one more beer and then see if anyone else in chat's got anything to say. Derek is a bit hit and miss, but a good reviewer. I like watching what he does anyway. Like I say, I don't watch each and every review that any of these guys do. I just, the stuff that I have watched, I think they do a good job. Yeah. Dean, Batman does seem like a very nice gentleman from what I've seen in his live shows and that. Not a fan of who, TVP? Batman? Reverend Vapes? No, I haven't, because I've not heard of him, mate. Like I said, doing what I do, I don't get a lot of time to watch many reviews because I'm putting out quite a lot of content, and when I'm not reviewing, I'm working, so I don't get a lot of time to watch many other channels. So I just stick with what I know most of the time. And the odd person I'll start to watch, people that usually contact me, they're new reviewers or whatever, and I'll check out their channel. There's probably ones I've missed on there as well, and I'm sorry about that, but this is just what I've done from memory. To be fair though, I like very few people. What are you doing then, Mark? Do you want to pop on the channel, or are you too ill? My job affords me the opportunity to watch hundreds. Yeah, I haven't checked him out, but I will do at some point, Reverend. Right, I see Vapor Bunny's in the house. She's saying hello to TVP, but she hadn't said hello to me, or did she earlier on? She probably did. What's up, darling? Nice to see you. No worries, buddy. So that's the trouble. When you're rabbiting away, you do miss... chat, don't you? Davum 1989. The not vape reviewers, they're businessmen. Who's not vape reviewers, they're businessmen? Cheers, Jad UK. Thanks for popping in tonight, mate. People will think I'm not on live chat now. Yeah, I haven't got the Gear RTN. That's one I would like to get, but by the time I get it, there's no point because something else better would have turned up and it's already been reviewed a few times. Yeah, we're off to shout outs now, TVP. Thought I'd do a few of them, do you know what I mean? You've got to support your fellow reviewers. Anyway, I've got no more content, so that's it, guys. It's all over.
Is Reverend Vape really a
No.
Reverend? What is it meaning?
Reverend Vapes. My wife has just asked, are you really a reverend? Content, indeed. Right, any of you people out there, if you would like to come in on the review, the video, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, you're just going to listen to me talk nothing for the next 30 minutes or so. There wasn't a drunk build. No, there's no drunk build tonight, mate. I purposely didn't set up the second camera. Of sorts, not on ordained. Okay. What does ordained mean?
Well, ordained means he's not actually fully ordained into the church, but he's a reverend of sorts.
Oh, right, okay. A reverend of sorts, huh? Give me the link. Right, fucking Mark's going to do it then. So just bear with me, guys. Right, where's the fucking link then? I ain't got a link. I need to get a link. Right, TVP. You need to... We have to use VC, unfortunately, because I haven't got Zoom. So you better send me your email address again in Facebook Messenger. What's your email address? Let's have a look. Here's where it all goes pear-shaped, everybody. Fuck. Mark, send me your email address, man. Hang on, I've got it actually. It's a massive cunt. Right, this is going to be fun, guys, because we do need to call up Mark. I'm going to have to get my headphones on, probably. Right, here we are. Sound's coming through here again, Mark. Hello? Can't hear you. Got no sound, mate. Alright, I'm going to have to take it off OBS, aren't I? Here we go. Right, what we're going to do is take off my video capture device. Right, don't go away, guys. Fuck. Right, Mark. I can't hear you, but my OBS has crashed on me. So just bear with me a minute. Fuck's sake. I fucking hate OBS.